Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods Podcast, episode 53. 53, yes. 5 plus 3 is 8. It's 8, guys. That's right. Joining me today, we have the Spider-Man shirt wearing Sims.
You can't comment on my shirt every week, man.
Every week. I don't know. You got really nice shirts.
I can't stress,
Dan's
like,
got-
the...
Damien, what's your... Ooh.
Oh, I like...
Hulk Dunk.
Where's your British
Coffee.
British.
Anyways, Daniel, what's your t-shirt?
Yeah. Oh, my t-shirt. Well, I thought you were going to comment on my Spider. We're talking about Spider-Man, so I have.
I need your t-shirt first.
My t-shirt says Achieve, and it's it's Achieve Hunter logo. All the Achieve Hunters, or Ryan's not there anymore, and Jeff is not. He's doing other stuff.
It's one
Some
of the...
old shirt.
No.
What?
I was going to say, it's one of, like, the douchebags on that t-shirt.
That's Ryan.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay. No.
This is an old shirt.
It's okay, it's alright. No judgment.
Achieve.
I can't
And that is
stress.
the achievement under Daniel.
Yeah. What about Spider-Man? I have a Spider-Man mug. I like
No, it's all
Spider-Man
about your
too.
t-shirt.
Oh, okay.
I can't stress how, like, perfect that intro went. Like,
Yeah, horrible.
you come
intro,
on,
but,
like, bang in.
move on.
Like,
you know, we move on. Anyways,
Move
we
on.
are the Nerdic Gods. We are live right now on what
We are
are we on
live.
right now?
YouTube.
I don't know.
YouTube.com/Nerdic Gods.
Are we live on Justin.tv?
No, never.
Okay.
Not that one. Yeah.
Not Justin.tv. No one remembers Justin.tv.
I remember Justin.tv.
You do? Okay, cool.
I have no idea what you guys are
Hey,
talking
You
that's
still
about.
what
watch,
turned
like-
into that's what turned into Twitch.
Oh, okay. Anyways, I want to mention at the top of the show, we are now on audio podcast, so you can go catch us there as well. We are on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts. I think that's it right now, but we will add more in the future.
There's
Leave
like
a comment.
one
One
other
other
one.
one.
The other one. Yeah.
We don't know the name, but it's there.
Sims knows it.
Leave a comment if you want a specific one. I think that's pretty easy for us to do. So, if we're all on different podcast platforms listening to our podcast anyway. So if you got one you want, just leave it in the comments. We'll try to get that done. And yeah, guys, with that, let's start the show. Get into some news here. Where do you guys want to start?
Start with the big one. The one that happened not long ago, I would say.
We can start with the big one.
There's two things you're describing there. We'll go with this one. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart has now got a release date, and that is June 10th, 2021. Guys, very exciting. And it also launched alongside a new trailer, which I did not watch yet.
It's
I've not
like a
watched
teaser. It's very short. Very short.
Okay.
It's pretty much what we said, right? June 10th? Like June? We
I
said
think we were all
summer.
guessing April. See, it's interesting because I think what happened here with like majority of games, if you look at this whole May slate, how May is crazy right now, I think everything got delayed like a couple months because of COVID. That'd be my guess. Because usually what May is right now for us, that's usually our March, in like a typical year. March is really busy. And it seems like everything got delayed like 6 to 8 weeks type thing. I mean, you look at like Returnal just got delayed right out of March. Remember that? There was all those rumors Resident Evil was coming out in April. Ended up being May. Deathloop got delayed. Biomutant, obviously, that game's just been fucked. Far Cry. Pretty much everything got delayed like a few weeks. So I think COVID really just pushed everything back. Because, yeah, I would have expected this earlier.
Like, launch window. Like,
I don't know. Launch window.
Do you know what I mean? That
Remember
was exactly what
Yeah.
I thought. I was like, I get it. I understand it. It's like, it's completely okay. It's okay. Well, I'm not complaining.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Let them delay it or whatever. But I'm pretty sure we said like 2 weeks ago something about it being in the summer.
Yeah, I think we all came to the realization, like, after a while of them not saying anything about a release date.
I do want to mention it's going to be $70 and $80 for the deluxe edition.
Yeah, Daniel, you were surprised by this. Why are you surprised at 70?
I don't understand.
Well, because I just assumed that Sony first party was going to actually span the gambit of what they talked about. They talked about having prices at 50, 60, and 70. The reboot was 40, and I thought that was a great price for that game. I think that helped with the game selling pretty well. Probably could have did better, but
I think that was 40 because that was a remake almost.
sure.
More Ooh.
But they updated it and all that.
Yeah, no, they did a lot of work for it.
Yeah. Just 70 just seems like a lot. I just hope that this game is worth 70.
I would have been disappointed if it was 50. I would have been like, oh, we're getting another shorter experience. Yeah, I honestly would have been like upset by that a little bit because I would have expected just like, oh, okay, we're just getting a smaller, 10-hour experience where like I want like a meaty Ratchet and Clank game. Sounds awesome to me.
I hope it's worth the price, and I hope it doesn't affect the sales. For it being $30 more than the last game.
Certainly. I think what's going to really affect the sales of this is it being only on PS5. I mean,
that too.
You can only sell so much with that.
Did you want to say something, Sims?
This is a AAA game. This is next gen. Like, I didn't expect anything less than £70. Like the last one was a remake, if not I want to say a cash grab to promote the film. So I'd say this is the next.
I feel like it's the other way around, but I get you.
AAA, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, like get the game out, promote the film, etc.
Yeah,
I get what he's saying though too, because like there were the cutscenes from the movie in that game, but the game ended up being better than the movie. So it's like
I think the movie was a trailer for the game, pretty much.
I don't know. You sound shocked. £70. Like this is it.
Oh,
from
not
now
that.
On. I get it.
I'm
I
not
know what you're saying.
But
It's
it's not a price point that I expected, to be honest. I'd expected them to span the gambit, right? I don't know.
This is it from now on, like £70. I mean, it's got all the mumbo jumbo SSD crap that's going on. It's always like constantly using that SSD. It's got all the new like shiny gadgets. This will be the next. This will be the Astrobot of a full AAA Astrobot, if that makes sense. Astrobot was like all of the shiny. Look what the PS5 can do. Now this will be what. This is that in a AAA game. Like £70, please.
It's certainly. I think it looks like the most next gen game that we've seen thus far, right? At least gameplay wise.
Definitely. I do want to also mention, if you pre-order the game, you're going to get the Carbonox armor set and the Pixelizer gun.
Ooh,
as
I like
pre-order
the
bonuses. The Pixelizer gun was cool.
But why is the Pixelizer gun not already in the game?
Welcome to gaming in 2021, right? Like everything is taken out and then you have to buy it. That's just they try to make more money.
Hopefully it's one of those things
which is weird.
Lock it at like the end of the game too. Though.
Yeah, hopefully it's that.
I know they just did with Miles Morales, right? So
yeah, it's weird. They're charging $70. This should be a premium game. There should be nothing they add to it, right? I don't know.
It sounds like a stupid question, but we're excited about this game, right?
Yeah,
I'm fucking stoked.
I mean, I am a bit disappointed it is June. There is nothing, except for It Takes Two, until, I'm going to say May. I'm going to include Returnal in that.
Like the end of April right into May.
Yeah.
That's pretty much.
Well,
we have
30th is also Pokemon Snap Sims.
But that's technically May, isn't it? Like, it's right at the end. Like.
Yeah, right at the end.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, I don't get me wrong. I appreciate this dead time. I'm playing some Stardew Valley. I'm still playing it. I'm enjoying it. I don't get me wrong. I do want to play the 60 plus hour games that I've got to play before May. It's doable. I got this. Yeah, like more. I'm gonna say it again. I'm disappointed. Like June, I get it, COVID, and I've always said like COVID this, COVID that. It is what it is. But like launch window, like is it? Is this what they wanted? I'd love to find that out. I'd rather it said, "Oh, we wanted to get this out earlier due to this. This is why it's June." Like, give us a reason why. Like,
it definitely got really delayed at some point. I mean, you're not going to mention a delay if you don't have to, right?
No.
I
definitely think that they just promised it too quickly, and it just wasn't. That's not what they were. They weren't ready for that quick release. I think that if anything, they probably wanted January. I think that was probably the window that they wanted this game to be in, but they couldn't make it. And that's fine. Like, this isn't I'm pretty sure this isn't the bigger team. The bigger team is making Spider-Man 2, right? I would assume.
I know this is the one in South Carolina or North Carolina.
North Carolina, yeah.
Yeah, so it's that team.
Yeah, they're in my backyard.
I mean, June, right around the corner. Not too far. Yeah, all right. I do want to speak on the how crazy it is though. All these games coming out right at the same time now. Like it's literally dead, like you were saying, until April 30th, and then like literally every week.
If any of these games are ready,
dropping,
pull it forward, right? Pull it into March if they can, right?
Like the one I'm really disappointed about is Mass Effect. It's like, oh man, that would have been great right now. You know?
They should push it to like July. And just have that
like where it's at right now. It's like, man, I hate that release date for it so much.
I mean, how many hours are you getting out of Deathloop?
Depending. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking 15 to 20.
Yeah.
I'd say, Arcane Studio, Dishonored 12-hour game. Depends.
Yeah, it's an Arcane game. It's just it's spending on the roguelite aspects and how dynamic those runs could be.
Out, though. So I guess I'm thinking of it as like a whole thing.
You can stretch it, but not really, because it's more of like how you tackle the game.
Right? I don't know. You two are bigger Dishonored.
Not really. I mean, it's more of like how you tackle the levels. Like you could just sprint through everything, or you could stealth it.
You could sprint it, do it in 15 minutes a level. But if you are trying to be stealthy, especially from the start,
or if you're trying to get the artifacts.
Yeah, of course, yeah. As a man that platinumed the game, I don't know if I mentioned it. Platinum all 3 actually.
Well, there's only 2.
There's 3 actually.
Oh, no, there's only 2. There was the DLC one.
It's not DLC though, is it? It was like a full. It was a game, a blatant game. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was a standalone, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if I consider that a game.
No, it's like half a game. It's like a Lost Legacy type thing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I could even consider that more of a game.
It was more Dishonored.
Okay. No, it was more Dishonored. Death of the Outsider. Kill him, don't you?
Sim's big Dishonored fan.
Massive.
I think we both are. I at least love the first one. I didn't beat the second one.
Next up, Take-Two has revealed that GTA 5 has now sold 140 million copies. It's a lot of copies, guys.
It's not. It's
a $60 game too. That's insane.
Don't get me wrong. You can get it cheap as chips. Though we bought it.
Sometimes
we bought it we bought it for £18 of a day, premium edition. Get a couple of get some deals, get some online stuff.
Shark cards.
The daft thing about the game is that it doesn't run well anymore. Like it's outdated. Like the online is super slow. The loading time.
7-year-old game.
It's like, and I get it, and I respect it, and fair enough. Get as much money out of it as you can, but. The online is not very good. It loads slow. Like, I don't see frames per second, and I know that it's been played on Xbox One, but fucking hell, that game gives me like brain ache. I was like, look how slow.
We're supposed to be getting those next gens this year.
Of course, yeah, and it's only going to boost the sales even more.
Yeah.
Congratulations! Like, don't get me wrong, it's a phenomenal game, and the online speaks for itself now. Like, it's just a world now. It's not even classed as a game. It's just a fucking MMO world. Like. Aren't we supposed to be having it for free on the PS5? Is that a thing now, or is that not right now? I don't know.
It might be just for the update.
I thought the online was going to be free or something.
They said, didn't they? They opened the PlayStation showcase with it, and everyone was like, "Fucking hell, new GTA!" And it was like, "No, GTA Online's for free."
Next gen version comes out though.
Maybe
it's probably
most likely because if you're not heard out, 100. I don't know. I said it once, just stop this game. But kids play it, like they enjoy it. It's a social aspect, but it just takes. I don't know. As a 29-year-old man who wants to play a GTA Online, it's too slow to load. The last time I tried to play it, I was like, I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna try my best. GTA Online is supposed to be really good. I loaded the game up. It was like, all these notifications come through. Bing, bing, because I'd already played it before. Do this, do that, do this. You can do this now. Did you know you can get a pony with 3 wheels? What? Hold on. And all of a sudden, Big Tits 1969 turns up on a flying motorbike and shoots me. And I was like, well, this is no fun. And turned it off. Played Dishonored. Last bit might be not true.
Got the platinum. Did you know Sims Platinum Dishonored?
Did I? Did I ever mention that I Platinum Dishonored 1, 2, and 3?
No, there's not a third. Anyways, my question with this is like, when does this stop? Like you were just saying, like when does this stop? See, but that's the thing. People argue like you got to stop buying GTA 5 so then they'll go and make GTA 6. But it's like the GTA 5 is not going to stop selling until GTA 6 comes out.
I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, I don't either. But
I just think it from Rockstar as a creative company, when GTA 6 is ready, they'll put it out. They're not going to care.
Though, like, say this game only sold 20 million copies, which is still fucking amazing. But like, say it sold 20 million copies and not 140 million, GTA 6 would be here by now.
Well, yeah, I think so too. But it depends on if they wanted to take much longer to do it or anything like that. They usually are in like a 5 or 6 year cycle. So
yeah.
In its defense, though, like as the PlayStations and the Xboxes and the PCs get better, like Rockstar want to put something that can, I want to say, push the hardware, but be comfortable on the hardware. Like you don't get a Rockstar game and you don't get an IGN article or a YouTuber going, look at all these glitches I found, and then it's like a 20-minute trailer. Like you hardly see any glitches. Don't get me wrong, you get the odd.
There's usually some.
Yeah, but like it's
not a ton.
They're normally polished. Like I wouldn't say nothing's ever perfect, but they're polished. And this game, I think this game will be something that will push. You'll probably get the ray tracing. It will push boundaries. These like fake GTA.
Are you talking about the GTA 5 port? Or
I'm talking GTA 6. This is what I'm saying.
Oh.
Like when we get GTA 6.
Yeah, look at Red Dead. Red Dead 2. That game ran on PS4 and Xbox One, and that game looks so good.
Phenomenal.
That still might be the best looking game, honestly.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That game is breathtaking. I
mean, 3 years old now,
But like, when we do get, has anybody seen these fake GTA? Like, look at like GTA 5 with like all these mods, or GTA Vice City that's been like, I don't know, rebuilt, or just I don't know what they do. These computer kids, man, and their spare time and the
these computer kids,
fucking nerds, man. Anyway, but like it will look that good. Like, I think we will get the GTA, the Vice City setting. Is it Miami? I'm guessing it's Miami.
We don't know.
Well, I mean, that's Vice City.
Oh, the old. Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about 6. Yeah, that was Miami.
Yeah. Yeah,
continue.
we'll
I've got
get
a computer problem.
City. Oh, okay. He got a problem now. Yeah. It's crazy. Also in that, this all came from a financial report for Take-Two, and they also said they're still planning to release 93 games in the next 4 years. Well, technically they said 5 years, but they said like
Their
as
fiscal years
from last year, because they said this last year. So I'm assuming it's 4 years now because it's been a year. I don't know. So 4 to 5.
I mean, they publish a lot of games, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Hopefully one of them is GTA 6.
I don't think. Did we mention that they sold the most? GTA has sold the most copies this year, more than any other year since its launch.
Yeah, more than any year since 2013.
Unreal. And it was only like 1 quarter in 2013.
Yeah.
That was insane.
That island had a lot to do with it or whatever.
That big update,
island or whatever. Yeah, the extra heist or whatever. I know a lot of people are excited for that. So I don't know. I bet it just sells more too in the lead up to GTA 6. Like if you just drop a trailer for GTA 6, like people will probably get hyped and just want to play GTA.
Next gen update. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's another reason they probably won't talk about GTA 6 for this year, I'd imagine.
I think we'll get a trailer, like one of them, like I think Daniel was just about to say it. One of them world trailers where you don't get to see much, but when you do see it, everyone's analyzing it. Like who's this? Is this Tommy Vercetti? Is this CJ? Or is this? I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we'll get something this year.
No, Rockstar's like known for these now.
Yeah. Do you remember the environmental
30-second trailers? Yeah, that are just like
environmental Red Dead 2,
and like a voiceover being like, "I gotta get back into crime now."
Yeah,
just like fire.
Great.
It's just going to be that Vice City logo, and then that's gonna be 6, and then GTA 6 Vice City. Boom.
God, that'd be hype.
And you're gonna hit me with a little synth, like 80s synth.
Ooh,
oh yeah. So ready. So ready.
God, I can't get this game soon enough. Next up, we will move on to Jamie Lee Curtis and Jack Black have joined the Borderlands movie. Jamie Lee Curtis will be playing Dr. Tannis.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right? And Jack Black will be playing Claptrap, which is just fantastic news. Love it.
From what I saw, was he's going to be the voice. Just like they're doing a CG, obviously.
No, we're not going to fit him in a little robot, make him ride around.
R2D.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. Yeah. That's the way I'd go with it. I would go with it. I think you two are bigger Borderlands people than me. So you excited?
I didn't know you didn't like Borderlands. Like, obviously, we have a Discord chat, and I don't know, you seem very low on it. I'm not the highest person on it.
It's kind of like my secret
it.
from you guys. I kind of hate Borderlands, if I'm being honest.
I mean, that's fine.
We
all have taste.
I tolerate it, or no taste at all. Am I right?
I mean, the stories are terrible in these games. I'm sorry.
Do you have who plays Borderlands for a story though?
You playing for the characters.
So what, I'm just supposed to run around like a mind in the city and just shoot shit? Like, I don't know.
And for the characters and the jokes or whatever, stuff like that.
They're not funny. Anyways, continue.
So my only thing, I love Jamie Lee Curtis, top tier actress. Like, she's a little old for Tannis. Tannis is not really that old of like a character, so that's just a little weird. But it doesn't matter.
De-aging effects.
They could. I'm not sure.
They'll get a bunch of shots from her in Halloween. Just put her face over.
Well, I mean, also, I guess Kate Blanchett is a little bit older than Lilith is, so like, it's just, I guess they're kind of aging him up a little bit.
Jack Black's a bit younger than Claptrap is. Claptrap's like 300 something years old or something.
Yeah.
That's
pretty much all I have to say.
I've got nothing to say about this movie. Like, you guys want to put this news in the dark, and you guys want to talk about. I'm not bothered. I don't care about actors. Like, don't get me wrong. The Kevin Hart thing was a bit interesting. I'm like, all right, let's see what it looks like. But tonight,
you're not a Jack Black fan?
Yeah, exactly. That bit excites me. I didn't even know him until like 20 seconds ago when you said it.
That was the breaking news. Yeah.
Oh right, fantastic, massive shout. Like, Jack Black's killing it in quarantine. Like, if you check Jack Black's socials out, he's absolutely killing it. I will want to say though, the ending to Borderlands 3 is absolute fire, chills as well. Like, every time, literally like, if you got 5 seconds on her, just watch the ending to with no context. Just watch the ending, and it's by far one of the greatest endings to a game ever. And I didn't really understand what was going on, but it was fire. Literally.
I don't have 5 seconds for that.
Oh, honestly, it's banging. Like, I hate people that just listen to me and Daniel for once in your goddamn life.
I didn't say anything.
I don't know. I'm quite stubborn.
Yeah.
You guys remember at the end of Borderlands where you fight that like giant vagina with teeth? Remember that thing?
The first one, the first game,
like that. Try to eat you.
There's always crazy monsters in Borderlands.
Yeah, that's what they're known for. Anyways, next up.
Yeah.
Exciting news. Ellie and Joel have been cast in the Last of Us HBO TV series with Bella Ramsey playing Ellie and Pedro Pascal as Joel. Guys, fucking dope ass casting, right?
I think so. I mean, it's not; those aren't my two like go-tos for either role.
I don't think they're anyone's, but
Bella Ramsey.
Everyone was, like fan casting everyone from Game of Thrones. Everyone was using Maisie Williams as Ellie, and then Jamie as Joel, or someone else too as Joel. No one ever thought of these two.
Well, Pedro Pascal could do no wrong.
That's true.
So come on. Do you have something to say, Sims?
I don't know. I know his face, but what's he done? I don't know what he's done.
So he was in Game of Thrones. He was in Narcos, which he's amazing in Narcos.
He had that fantastic part in Wonder Woman 1984.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, don't.
I just know the meme. Life is good, but it can be better. I just know that meme.
It is a good meme.
Who was he in Game of Thrones?
He played Oberon Martell.
Yeah, well,
the Viper.
The Viper, that was it. Yeah.
He was the one in the mountain popped his head.
You raped her.
Oh, I can't watch this knowing that. Then
it was that big fight.
Yeah, but like he will never be the same after that. Like, I don't get how he's still standing.
Well, you see, plastic surgery it's come a long way.
Plastic, that's a fucking jigsaw puzzle. Let me tell you.
Oh my god, that was harsh.
It's horrible. I remember watching that scene, and then like Natalie had Natalie never watched Game of Thrones. I was like, "Nah, watch this." She was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "I know he's minging."
Yeah, I do want to shout out to Bella Ramsey. She played Lyanna Mormont in Game of Thrones, which was such a little character, stature and in the story, but
very Ellie-like though.
Yeah, she was awesome.
Similar. Yeah.
Very standout.
Yeah. especially in
she
those
was in
last couple
season
seasons.
6.
She was great in those. So.
Yeah.
I think she was only in the last couple seasons.
I think she was in 6, right? I think is where she started.
One of the only good parts of those last couple seasons of that show.
I think there's a couple more, but I get what you're saying.
A little bit. Yeah. She's great. I've never seen her in anything else, so curious to see how she does with this. But yeah, it's nice they got someone younger. Because you were right. I remember you were telling me yesterday, like Maisie Williams is just too old, and she is. Like that's fair.
She's got to be in the 20s, hasn't she?
Especially for like if they're doing the first game, at this point.
Yeah,
They are doing the first game, aren't they? They've confirmed that.
yeah.
I am
That's still the one that I'm
legitimately
disappointed about.
What that it's
That it's gonna be based off the game. Yeah. I just can't get that excited when I already know the story. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like one of those people that always complain when they read the book already and they're like, "Oh, the book's better." I'm gonna be that guy like, "Oh, the video game's better."
Do you reckon it could be better than the video game?
What was that?
Do you reckon it could be better than the video game?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Do you reckon it could be though? Sorry.
No, because it can't be because it's two different mediums. You can't really compare the mediums. Like it's just
people compare books
it could be
all the time.
It's just the story in The Last of Us was like perfectly told already, and it's like you can perfectly tell it again in a TV show, but then I still won't get a gameplay experience.
Yeah,
so it could be better.
That's true. Exactly.
Okay.
You have the interactive part to it, and plus, like those characters, that's Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson. Like that is them, and like it will not be Pedro and Bella, but it doesn't mean they can't do a good job and have their own take.
All right, picture this, right? Let's set the scene, right? So let's say it's 22nd of November this year. This is when I'm hoping we get it, right? We sit down. How are you going to feel when you start the show? Are you going to feel nervous, excited? Are you
Excited.
Are you going to, I don't know, are you going to think, are you going to go into it?
Why would I be nervous?
I don't know, like, can this be better? Is it going to be bad? Like, I don't know.
It won't be bad. It won't be bad.
But
especially with it having Neil Druckmann in it, and then what's his name, Craig Mazin from Chernobyl. Yeah. Like, there's no way that it's a bad show. Does it live up to the game? That is something we need to see, but it's not gonna be bad.
I just think ultimately, if you're a big fan of the games and you already played them, you're gonna like those more than the show, or always. You know what I mean? And the people that haven't played the games and don't want to play the games, they're gonna fucking love this. Like, I think this could easily capture like a casual audience and get like Walking Dead viewership numbers if it wanted to.
Or just that,
Walking Dead now,
that
or Walking
HBO
Dead 10 years ago.
10 years.
Season 1 through 6 of Walking Dead.
I love The Walking Dead. Just for to let you know, like I look forward to
Season
that
1
shit.
through 6. Yeah.
All of them, man. All of them are good.
I do too. I still keep up with it.
I mean, I watch it all the time. I love it. Like, I can't wait. February is my jam as well. Like, we're getting a Negan backstory. The one thing I've always wanted. Yes, we do. Don't start talking shit about Negan, my president.
No, I love Negan as a character.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100% we need it. I want to know who Lucille is. Like, what his relationship was with Lucille.
Is this in the graphic novel?
There is something to do with something.
Is there like an origin graphic novel?
No. They did that. They did that one Negan one. After the run had ended.
That's just like a one issue thing, right?
Yeah, I bought it because I'm cool. But
I have a. Yeah, you probably can't see down there, right here. You can't see, but right here, I have like 2 of the trade backs. I have 1 and 2.
I've got a few. It doesn't matter. There's not a comic book club. Are we excited for Last of Us? Yes. HBO.
Oh, yeah.
Knocked out Chernobyl. Knocked out. What did they do? Game of Thrones. Did they do The Wire?
6 seasons of Game of Thrones.
The Wire.
5.5.
The Wire. I mean, Sopranos. There's a bunch of stuff.
What could possibly go wrong?
You guys forget a lot of HBO shows. HBO got a lot of good shit.
I don't have HBO.
I'm not going to list every HBO show.
I mean, we can.
I know they have a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. We will go to. We're gonna do some review roundups. A lot of games came out this week. A lot of smaller games. You know what I mean? I'm not particularly excited about any of these. I don't know if you guys.
One of them is pretty big, but
yeah, sure, I agree. Anyways, let's start with Little Nightmares 2. The review roundup so far, it's got an 82 on Metacritic. Pretty good. What does the first one have? Do we know?
I think it's about the same. I don't know the exact number.
Let me. Little Nightmares.
I assume it's in the early 80s.
Well, if you let me see. Keep talking.
Yeah, Little Nightmares. I played this for 5 minutes, the first one, probably like a week ago. Couldn't get into it. I don't know. Something about the vibe. It felt very slow. I feel like I do this a lot though, where I'll play a game for like 10 seconds and then I'm just like, I'm not feeling it.
How far did you get into it?
Honestly, like 5 minutes.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm quick with the turning it off if I'm not feeling it.
Oh,
But,
you know me. I'll uninstall real quick. Like,
yeah.
You don't touch me. Like, uninstall. I go back to this, but I definitely do that.
Yeah, I feel like I should give it a little bit more of a chance, but yeah, wasn't feeling it. Second one looks cool though. Don't the what's their names? The guys that directed the Avengers movies?
The Russo brothers.
The Russo brothers. Don't they have something? Don't they produce these games?
I don't think so.
I think they have something to do with these games. I can't remember what it was. But
oh wait, the Metacritic for Little Nightmares was 78.
78.
Okay. Yeah. So a bit higher than the other one. Who makes these, by the way? I forget who even does that.
I'm not sure the name of the developer.
Yeah, weird little team there. Anyways, it's also got a 9.25 on Game Informer. See, that's what I'm talking about with the decimal systems. We need
don't
more
like it. No. I saw that. I love Game Informer, but I hate the 2.5.
So I need to give you the exact detail of where this is.
You remember IGN's 100-point scale?
Like, that was
7.9. Are you kidding me?
GTA San Andreas has like a 9.9.
I was listening to Kind of Funny Games Daily today, and they're on about the reviews roundup. Someone gave Mario a 9.25, and it just blew my brain apart.
Nice. We're actually going to talk about that one.
Quick all right, so anyway, going back to Little Nightmares and the Russo brothers, while Joe and Anthony Russo are crafting Avengers Infinity War for release next year, the siblings have attached themselves to a new horror fantasy project with A Nightmare Before Christmas and Caroline director Henry Selick. The new creative venture will adapt the spooky adventure game Little Nightmares into a TV series aimed for young adults.
That's what it
Developed
was.
and released by Tarsier
Actually, I
Studios.
think we talked about this.
And Bam Bam Namco. Did we? Oh, we've done so many podcasts.
I actually think we talked about this, but that makes sense.
Anyway, they're making a program.
They're making a TV show. A lot of TV show news on today's episode.
Yeah, what's this about? I'm not saying.
Hold on. See, they're doing that, but they announced like an animated or something with Magic the Gathering like 3 years ago.
That never happened.
Russo
They also were supposed to make a the Warriors TV show, which is
the
never
Russos.
happened. Yeah, the Russos.
All right, Russo's out here promising everything. You know
Yeah,
what? You did Avengers Endgame and Infinity War, but hey, come on, like quit just promising.
Remember J.J. Abrams said he was making a Half-Life and Portal movies? Remember that? What happened to those?
Instead of bad robot, more like bad JJ. You know what I mean?
Oh, you got him. Fucking got JJ.
Got him.
He's watching. He's crying right now.
Anyways. You said you didn't like your Little Nightmares weren't your vibe. Like Natalie likes it, but she likes all that spooky crap. It looks
There's
like,
no good horror movies, so like I figured a game can't be that good, right?
There's no such thing as a good horror movie. We can keep talking about this. It's not going to change my opinion.
It's a running bit at this point.
It's not even a bit. It's facts.
It's not. My weekend is going to be playing both of them. That's me. My weekend.
Sounds like a good weekend.
Yeah.
Next game we will do a review roundup for is Persona 5 Strikers. Yeah, has an 85 on Metacritic so far. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Has an 8 on IGN, 8.5 Game Informer, straight 8 GameSpot, which is good for GameSpot. GameSpot's hard.
Usually.
GameSpot's rough, you not going there. It's the fire lines in there,
Yeah.
Are any of us interested in this game? I gotta admit, if I had beaten Persona 5, I'd probably be interested in this game. You know what I mean? Because this does seem more up my alley gameplay wise.
There's some like story stuff to it too.
Yeah, because I know it's like pretty much a straight up sequel to Persona 5, so which is a cool idea.
Sure. I don't really like that style of game. I know that they're doing a little bit more to it than just have a normal Dynasty Warriors Muso game.
Yeah.
But It's just not really my type of game. I don't like just hitting 100 enemies or whatever.
Is this made by the same people that just made the Hyrule Warriors one?
I actually don't know who's developing it, but this has been out in Japan.
Okay, because it's interesting. We're seeing these. What are they called again? Muso. Yeah. It's interesting how we're seeing just like kind of spin-offs of big titles of those. You know what I mean? Like we got Persona 5 one now, and then we got the Breath of the Wild one. Wonder if we'll just see more of that. They probably sell better than your traditional Dynasty Warriors games.
Just for the property, of course.
Yeah.
The only affinity I have had with like Dynasty Warrior game was like as a kid, like we would go to town and my mum, I'd be like, "Mom, want a game?" And mum would be like, "You got £5." I'm like, right, that just shuts everything down. So I'm either getting 6 years ago to FIFA, a Pro Evolution Soccer, or a Dynasty Warriors 4 on the PS2. Like that's all I was getting. And yeah, like Dynasty Warriors, like it's cool, man. Like loads of hordes of enemies, you smashing them up with like and then you die and then you get bored and you put it away. £5 more spent.
It's like life,
Yeah. What I don't know. Like this sounds a bit more to it, like a bit more in depth, like especially with the persona being attached to it. Is this something that you'd play, Connor?
Like I said, if I had beaten the Persona 5 because it is straight up sequel like that, I don't want to be lost in the story. So I wouldn't pick this up now. But definitely gameplay wise, I'm more interested in this than I would be traditional Persona 5.
So if you had finished it, if you'd finished it,
if I had finished it, I probably would be buying this. Yeah.
So should Natalie play it because she finished it?
It's supposed to have similar combat to Kingdom Hearts. I forget who's explaining this. I can't remember who said that. It might have been Emra. Anyways, yeah, maybe she'll like it. I don't know. She did like Persona 5 quite a bit, right?
Yeah, she loved it.
Yeah, I like it quite a bit. I put like 30 hours and I didn't feel like I even played the game.
This is out on everything too, I believe, right? It's Xbox and Switch.
I'm not sure.
I don't think.
I think it is.
I don't know.
I know it's on PlayStation. I'm not sure if it's on Xbox or not. Because Atlas games generally don't. There's very few that usually do, which is weird.
Every now and then, they release.
Yeah, Catherine was the big one that did come out on Xbox.
Yeah, I do remember that.
But
360.
They usually don't. It's a little weird because Sega has a pretty good relationship with them.
Yeah, I wonder.
There might be some deal with
lockdown Persona long ago or something.
I think so.
Be my guess. Yeah. Ready to move on? You looking up something, Sims?
Yeah, it's on Switch.
It is on Switch.
Which baffles me because Persona 5 is not on Switch.
Yeah.
I would play Persona 5 on Switch.
Makes so much sense as a handheld game, right?
100%. Just in bed. You never see coming.
Moving on.
Good song.
Next review
I was
round.
Getting into it as well.
3D World. That's right. Super Mario 3D World has a 90 on Metacritic so far. 90. Big number.
Yeah. I mean, it's Mario again.
Mario.
Yeah, I mean, it is only a port though, so
only got a 7 on IGN. IGN was like, "Nah, we ain't feeling it."
That's really low, I think, for that game. But
Game Informer gave it a 9.25. There's your 9.25 Sims.
Yeah, Game Informer.
I just don't get it. Like, why?
I don't either.
Where? How? What? Stop it.
Just give it a 9.5 or something.
It's not as good as a 9.50, but it's also better than a 9.
This game's out tomorrow, right? I expected you to have played it by now. No, I'm looking. I always look at that screen when I'm talking to Connor.
No, I've not. Sadly, we don't get review copies early, but we totally should because we're definitely famous enough to do that.
100%.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why they're not just sending us copies already. Anyways, yeah, I'll be playing it tomorrow. Probably tonight. Whenever I think Switch games drop at midnight. So
yeah, there's a few Mario games I still want to get on Switch that I haven't gotten.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm really excited for that Bowser's Fury DLC. I saw some gameplay of that yesterday. It looks awesome. It looks really cool. I saw like Bowser chasing him. Look really cool. You guys got it?
Maybe at some point. Not right away.
All right.
I still have some games to play. I got like a lined up games to play right now.
Seems it'd probably be a good game to play with your kids.
We tried to play Mario 3. What's it called? The 2D platforming one.
Super Mario World U, or not World U, Wii U.
Whatever.
Super Mario.
The one that's from the Wii U to this one. Yeah, but that was hard because, well, like, you know, if one runs off or like runs too far, the ones behind get like die or something daft.
Don't they get popped into a bubble?
Something like that. Yeah, it was really frustrating. Trying to tell a 4-year-old to stop, and she's like, "Yay, preach!" Take stuff seriously.
Grab somebody and throw.
Is this the same? Do we know? I've never actually.
What do you mean? Is it the
What,
same?
Super Mario 3D World?
Yeah, like.
Like co-op? I'm not sure, honestly.
It's more like 3D Land, so it's like tilted at some points. I think there's some 2D sections. But.
I think not yet. Maybe soon. Like Daniel, like especially for me, I've got like 5 open world games to play. That's including Cyberpunk and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So I've been doing that a lot. Just like honestly, all I've done the past 3 days is I'm more excited. Like I say, definitely what I was excited for, and Pokemon Snap. Like I just want to play Mass Effect. I've just got that taste. Just want it so bad.
I have that urge too, though. Like when that game drops, it's gonna be hard to pull me away from that.
100%, man. Mass Effect 1. I've never played Mass Effect 1.
You're in for a treat.
I know, man. And then Mass Effect 2.
Well, especially, you're in for a treat for the story and the characters, but
like they're redoing everything, aren't they? The
hopefully
gameplay's gonna be redid. The gunplay, everything. Like
I don't think as much as you think. I don't think as much as you think.
No, I still don't think it's gonna like feel good to play.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be as much.
Look, that's how good it's
you
going
can do this all day. It doesn't make the game better. I don't know.
Realizing that you're eating Mass Effect?
Like a little taste. You know, when you get like a little taste of something, you're like, oh, I want a bit more. But like,
just a nibble, right? Yeah.
I know we never talked about the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, the release date and stuff, but like there was that whole. Yeah, it wasn't much, but there was that whole interview came out where like the developer was talking about how it would have been a lot of work to remake the game fully, and they didn't want to do all that to put it in a new engine because it would have taken too long. And like that whole time I was reading that, I was just thinking like, well, I kind of wish you would have just done that, you know?
I think that was also particularly
it takes 5 years, like make it again.
I would rather them do it too, but I think that was also particularly with the Pinnacle DLC because it was corrupted and they had lost it.
Yeah, see, they should have done that too. I don't know. It's like if they were gonna do this, like. Because we're all just going to want it remade again in another 5 years, you know?
Because it's not even, they're keeping it in Unreal Engine 3 too, right?
Yeah.
It's not getting it this gen patch.
It's not going to feel entirely different. I guarantee Mass Effect 1 still isn't going to feel great to play.
It's going to feel like a PS4 remastered game.
Oh, yeah, I'm so excited. That's all I'm thinking about just lately as well. Like, just Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 in a row. And then trying to, like, and having it on so Natalie can see it. So she's like, oh, that looks good. I'm like, you know what you should do? And she'll be like, what? Play this game? No, she's never played it. I've always said like you should play Mass Effect 2. Like, oh. Honestly, like I would like Mass Effect 2. Like, it's just like I played it by accident. You ever stepped in something by accident? But this was like I stepped in Mass Effect. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, what's this? Analogies, boys. Analogies. They're good.
Like when you step in dog shit.
Didn't want to say that, but like, you know, like a big pile of Mass Effect 2. You know what I'm saying?
Big pile of Mass Effect dog shit. Gotcha. Stepped right in.
It's a large pile.
Rub my face in that. Some late news here. The Pokemon Company have confirmed announcements the week of the 25th anniversary. Maybe a Pokemon game. I'm assuming Sims wrote that.
No.
Yeah, he did. He doesn't know how to write anything. So what
Post Malone is doing a concert inside Pokemon.
Yeah, Natalie just sent me this. I saw the Post Malone thing. I didn't want to talk about that because I don't understand. Does like let's be real, right? Post Malone never heard of a Pokemon or Pokemon.
Yeah, he has.
No, he has not. Have you seen the statement? Yeah. We had this conversation yesterday, right? Is he either stupid tattoos on his stupid face?
I know. Trust me, I'm not on the I love Post Malone, but he has a couple of good songs.
Oh no, yeah, I like him. I respect him as an artist.
He gets it. He gets
Well,
it.
he's never heard of a Pokemon.
No,
let me tell you.
He gets his vibe. He gets it. He understands. He's our age. Like he gets it.
Back in the day.
Yeah, he did.
Never,
So,
ever.
So hold on. I'm gonna throw this back at you. So you think that he didn't, but what would you say about Katy Perry then?
Katy Perry's already come out and said that she
I know, but
loves Pokemon.
what would you have said? You probably would have said, no, Katy Perry's never touched a
Nah,
Pokemon
man.
game
Katy
ever.
Perry. Listen, before Katy Perry was all like famous and like pretty and famous, she was a nerd back in the day.
Kidding.
Carrying
Nobody knows that.
I know these things. Like she was there carrying a Pikachu, buying all the Pokemon like the Pokemon. Like remember that one that you could get with a Machamp was like you get the Pokemon card decks. And then you get Matchup on the front. She had that. She had the Pokemon badges.
Remember those Pokeballs you could get? They had like the golden things.
100%. That was Katy Perry. Post Malone, yeah, he was setting fire to Pokemon cards to light spliff. Yeah, all right. And then he's doing a concert. Never in a million years.
I think you're so wrong about Post Malone. This anger at Post Malone is really weird.
Anyway.
It's like
I don't know. I feel like if Pokemon going to announce anything Pokemon related, especially game wise, you'll probably get more Pokemon Snap stuff, and then we are getting another Pokemon game at the end of the year. I'll say it for
Really
now.
something.
Even
If it's not
stage.
Pardon?
No, not for that.
No, like at the end of his concert, that'd be cool. Have Post Malone announce the game.
Never in a million
No?
years. He doesn't even know what a Pikachu is.
He knows. I'm like, hey everyone, I'm real excited for the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remake coming out November.
What if it's not a Diamond and
Doing
Pearl
that.
remake? What if it's what if like it's another Let's Go game?
I'd take it. If it's like Gold and Silver again. 100%. I listen. Pokemon Silver again. Yes, please.
But it's not the same game.
Oh, is Diamond and Pearl the one after this?
No, Diamond and Pearl is the 4th gen.
Oh, okay.
So they've
So what
remade.
would-
I'm saying another Let's Go. So another Let's Go would be the 2nd gen, like Let's Go.
But
I'd be down for that too.
You don't like the Let's Go, do you?
No, they're bad.
What was
games.
the difference
What
between
about
Let's Go?
game?
It's
It's all about catching. It's not about like battling.
one Joy-Con. I actually found
Battling
that relaxing after a while.
That's not Pokemon.
Way back with the one.
I'm looking through the news and it's I don't know names, but obviously the interview with the guy that creates the music for Silent Hill. Like this is big news. Like the fact that he's on a project for a game that we all want, and then it comes out publicly in an interview and says, "Look, something's happening that you all want." They're not his words exactly. And then he said, and then all of a sudden the interview is taken down with no reason behind it. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, because he could just. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. Konami like came out and said that they're not doing anything. I mean, they could be lying too, but I don't really think I wouldn't.
Where the composer of the original Silent Hill game says he's working on a project that everyone's eagerly anticipating, and he didn't say what it was, and then the interview got taken down on YouTube, right?
100%. Yeah, that's what we said. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice one.
Okay.
I don't really think it means much, to be honest. I wouldn't read into it.
I disagree. Connor.
I don't.
Don't dash my dreams, man. Don't dash Natalie's dreams. Let's get a pint,
I
man.
would get flashbacks to when the goofy actors said Kingdom Hearts 3 was coming out the next year, and it didn't end up coming out for like another 6 years. That's just kind of what I always think of, because like these people don't really know. Like maybe he did make something for Silent Hill, but like he certainly doesn't know how far in development it is, if it's been like even canceled or not. So
It was just a part of the medium.
But I do
So,
think there is a Silent Hill game coming out, so it's. I mean, yeah,
I don't think so.
could be true.
Do you think we'll ever get one?
Especially, no. I just don't think right now. Especially Konami just talking about, like, was it a month ago? They were talking about the restructuring of their gaming division. Like, if they're just restructuring, like, I don't even think that game's in development right now. So he would definitely not be doing music right now.
I could still see a license deal for a lot of Konami licenses going on. I mean, when was the last time they put out a game? Was it Metal Gear Survive?
No, I think they published something, but I don't remember what it was called. Actually developed. I mean, they were putting the collections out for the games.
Regardless,
Yeah.
I just think someone easily could have came and just offered them an amount of money to get one of their properties, and they would.
They already
take it.
said they're not selling.
Why don't?
Which I think they should sell. I think that somebody should rip those away from them because they're not doing anything with them. Where's my Metal Gear game? Give me a new Metal Gear game, a good one.
I don't know. What do we want though? Do we want another Silent Hill game, or do we want like Silent Hill again, like Silent Hill a remake or a Silent Hill a
Reboot?
Yeah, like from just do number 1 or number 2 even, and then just make it look better.
So you take a page out of Capcom's book here and remake it like that, right? Like they did 2 and 3.
Do that. Or you could just completely reboot the whole franchise. Just call it Silent Hill, and then it's just it doesn't have to be a retelling. Just
but it has to be Silent Hill. Like it has to have the fog.
Yeah, I'm saying like no characters return or anything. Just kind of the idea, and then let's just go from here. That's what I'm saying.
But it can't be like Silent Hill. What's that one that came on the PS3? Downpour. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if the fans really enjoyed it, but it didn't have that Silent Hill, did it? A lot of hand motions today.
I would like a first-person view again. I know PT wasn't a full Silent Hill game, but I would like that. First-person horror. Let's go. Better.
100%. Just so
Okay,
Natalie
cool.
stops moaning about it. I just wanted to get what she wants. I just wanted to.
Please, for the love of God, Konami, make a Silent Hills game for
To be fair,
Insanity.
she has such bad luck, man. Every time she likes a game, it just gets cancelled. She bought an Xbox for the Dragon game. One that got cancelled.
Scalebound.
Scalebound. She bought an Xbox for Scalebound.
We didn't see very much of that game. I don't know why she did that.
Remember that game? He had the cool headphones. That guy.
It looked dope as fuck,
did
didn't
have-
it? It just looked like Devil May Cry. We're not getting to that.
Okay, cool. We will now move on to what we've been playing. Sims.
Yes.
It's a mystery here. What have you been playing?
Nothing. Stardew Valley. Just on the grind
Oh,
for the
yeah.
plat, like every night. I mean, last week I was at home with COVID, so we were like 6-hour sessions. You know what I mean? Like, what time is it now? Oh, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, that was that conversation. It's like, how is it so late? I don't know. Should we have one more day? Every night. No, it's like, just one more. We'll have one more day. We'll have one more day. Just like,
So are you back at work now?
yeah, back to work. Yeah, it's great.
So I'm guessing the hours went down quite a bit.
Yeah, 2 hours, 3 hours a night. Year 3, just started year 4. Got a couple of, I got the Angler trophy.
Is there a certain trophy to get to, like a certain year?
No.
That would suck. Get to year 50. Oof.
There's one trophy that's like earn the total value of 10 million. I think we're on 4 million. But as we get more, as we grow, we earn more money. So I've got like a pig farm. I've got pig farm on the go. There's one kill all like a checklist of all the kill 100 kill 500 slimes, all that stuff. Like kill all the, I don't know, basically just a checklist.
Just going in the woods and killing slime or whatever.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, I've got to go to the mines. It's just literally just like cook all the ingredients, but we need to get you have to like get the recipes first. It's all like tedious, but it's just so chilled and so like I just can't wait to get to it. Like I'm just like, you guys are in the way of my Stardew Valley right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just the soundtrack is charming. It's just easy playing, and I'm like, yeah, I'd like to play some Cyberpunk, or yeah, I'd like to put Watch Dogs on, but this is just like, it's just, I want to do this now. I want to plat it. And I don't know if we will. I really want to. And then, yes and no. Yes and no. It's like everything's a grind. Do you know what I mean? Like, you need to get the recipes for the food, but we've hoarded everything over the years that we've been playing it, as in game years. So like, recipes we pretty much nailed. We just got to get the recipe card, I say, and then the fighting, like get all of our levels up to level 10. Like I'm like 2 away from level 10 on each. I'm like level 9 foraging, level 9 combat. So I'm nearly there. Everything else is level 10. It's just time, effort. It's just time, and then we're starting to get to the point now where like we've got the best sprinklers in the game, so that it sprinkles the crops. All we got to do is plant them once a year, once a season, and then we've got like these huts where these like friendly slimes collect all our harvesting. So we're not even faffing about with that. And then last week it was just like befriend all the villagers, or like befriend 8 villagers, 10 hearts, and then have 10 villagers at 5 hearts or something. So I was like, I googled spreadsheets, and then like I made like a spreadsheet out of like pieces of paper, then like laminated it. So we're just like passing it each. Oh, we're fucking in, mate, like, and we just look at it. We're like so proud of ourselves, like. So like we smashed that like trophy out last week. So we got all the bedrooms. So we got all like all the stories. Like I was telling you about the alcoholic. There's another alcoholic. Like there's a war hero.
Everyone's an alcoholic.
Honestly,
in this town.
man, like,
small town alcoholism.
Then we
little
found
Billy down the street drinking.
we found out like we googled something. Turns out it was like old information that you can date everybody. Like you just give everybody bouquets and they become like your girlfriend or you're dating or whatever. Turns out if you do that, you walk into a certain room, you trigger this cutscene, and everybody, all your girlfriends are in the room or all your boyfriends are in the room, are like, well, what's going on here then? You're like, It's definitely funny. It's crazy. Like honestly, this one guy that made this game, like obviously he must be getting all the help in the world now, but incredible. Like he thought about like the little things. After saying it's just like a farming generic game, like it's incredible. And then the thing is, at the moment, currently right now, like the 1.5 updates on the PC, but the 1.5 update is due like now on the PlayStation, like on the consoles. So that's just like more content. Oh me, you don't understand. Fuck Cyberpunk.
Gotta be super easy to figure out who's sleeping with who when there's only 15 people in the town and everyone lives.
It's honestly, it's great. It's just nice, man. It's just a simple. I don't know, like
I like these Stardew Valley stories, man. They're great.
You know when you're playing like
for platinum and just continue playing it.
You don't know the people playing Rust or the people playing the Raft or the people playing Minecraft. This is like mechanics on top of mechanics on top of mechanics. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it just gets a bit too overwhelming. But in this, it's just so simple. Like.
Minecraft, I think, is generally pretty simple.
But then you introduce the redstone and stuff.
At the end, but
yeah. Well,
just kind of doing the main thread and beating the Ender Dragon, I don't think is that difficult.
No, but I think when you come to like the redstone, and there's so much you can do with that redstone. Like, yeah. I watched the video. I think PewDiePie made a dragon move. Like in the sky, like it was incredible.
People made working calculators and all different types of things.
But this is just like baby's first like survival game. It's great. Like I can't complain. Like, me and Natalie got married yesterday in the game.
Congratulations!
Thanks, man. It was I set some candles out in the house. What? Well, it was very sudden. I got the prismatic shard from the mines. And then I had to make the engagement ring, and then I just set up loads of like candles in the house, and I pressed X, and it's like, do you want to marry me? And I was like, nah, if you press no as a joke, that means I've wasted it, so you can't do that. It was magical.
Just go on.
I see. You force her into it. Actually, that's how you do it. That's how you nail it down. All right, I guess. So now I would have put on a tux. I could have been your best man.
Oh man, you'd have to both be our best man because I don't want like both of you just getting upset about it. So.
Nah, you gotta pick, man. You gotta upset one of them.
Does the ring actually disappear?
No, she still has it. But like, if she says no,
if she said no, would it just be gone?
No, I just think I can't ask her again.
Oh, okay.
Which is
can you marry other people?
Yeah, you can marry all the other people you're dating. We were contemplating because if you marry another person, they move in and then they can do chores around the farm. So we're like, do we just like marry these people into slavery?
Marry all. Right.
Just marry these people. They've got no choice.
Hi, honey. Go out and pick the weeds.
But there is a trophy for like getting married and having 2 kids or something. So I think we've got to have kids now.
Wow, big step. Are you sure you're ready?
Well, we're running this farm together.
I don't know if you and Natalie have any experience with kids, though.
No, none at all.
None. All right. Well, we look forward to your parenthood story next week. Hopefully, it goes well. Daniel, what are you playing?
So I finished Yakuza 3. Like I said last week, I was pretty close to the end. I only had like a couple more chapters, I think.
So that did end up being a shorter one then?
Slightly. I mean, it's about the same length, I'd say, as like 1 and 2. It's 0 and 7 were really long. But and then the next one, 4, which I also beat. That one was pretty long. That one was
it?
Yeah, like
that one more around the
closer to 18 to 20 hours. No.
Oh, okay.
0 was
0 and 7 are like 60-ish, right?
No, you're getting those numbers a little wrong just because 0, like if you just do the story, it's about 30.
Okay.
If you're doing everything, that game could be really long. 7, like base is like 40 hours. That's about how long it took me. So yeah, I also beat 4. 3 is super interesting game. It really is. It's definitely like the black sheep of the franchise, and I could tell. Like,
really,
I like the game, but it's not perfect. I can see why the franchise kind of started going down, probably with 3.
What's so different about it?
Well, it takes forever to actually do much because you start pretty much retired in the orphanage. So you they want you to like learn all of the kids in the orphanage. So there's like little bits and missions. And then it's Kiryu getting dragged back into the Yakuza, back into the Tojo clan to kind of like help them. And that's kind of towards the end of the game.
Okay. Is there something gameplay wise here?
No, not really. It definitely feels the oldest as well because it technically is at this point.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good game. Not my favorite. Probably my least favorite so far. 4 is very interesting because this is a game that you play as 4 different characters, and they all play different. 2 of them kind of play similar, but they all kind of have their own mechanics and stuff. But you don't even play as Kiryu until he's the 4th. So you do like chunks of each character, and you don't play as Kiryu to the end. He's the last character you play. He kind of shows up somewhere in the middle, and then he kind of appears, and then you play as him. But it's forever that you even see Kiryu. Like it's interesting.
This is how I thought all these games win at some point, was with the different protagonists. I didn't realize it. I think it stops at 6 or something.
Yeah, I think 5 also. I haven't started it, but I think that also has a bunch of characters you play.
So it's only 4 and 5.
Yeah.
It's switching 3 at all?
No, and 0,
right? Yeah.
0 is a story of both Majima and Kiryu. You like bounce back.
So there's only the 2 there.
Yeah, but those weren't chunks.
Ideas playing as how many are you playing as in 4? 4 people.
4, but it's chunks. Like 0 was cool because you do like a couple chapters and then you'd bounce to the next character, and that I think had a better flow to it. Where 4 is just like, okay, I'm playing Akiyama for basically 4 chapters, and then I'm playing as Saejima for 4 chapters. And then
so they're like that one character's whole story, and then
they all kind of weave and come together at
Sure.
like the final bit. Akiyama, he's like a loan shark, basically. He owns this like finance company, and he gets like his start with money from, I think it was the first game, or maybe it was the second game. It was the first game where there's like an explosion on top of the Millennium Tower, and money flies everywhere into the city. I don't know if you played the first one. If you remember.
No, only played through the whole second one.
Okay. So money like flies all throughout the city, and Akiyama happens to pick up a bunch of money, kind of steamrolled him to have money. So he kind of
cool. So you kind of got a little origin story in one of the other games.
It was a flash, and like he is super rich somehow in this game. He has like 100 billion yen. They kind of reveal at the end of the game, and it's like he doesn't explain how he has 100 billion yen. It's just like becomes this major plot point.
Just found it.
Yeah, he's this loan shark that's just like a nice guy, and like kind of just gives money to people. but they don't tell you really how. Other than that little bit of money, you don't know how he gets 100 billion. But Akiyama's pretty cool. His fight style is like kicking. He's like a kickboxer. So instead of like an X to punch, he's just constantly kicking. It just feels cool. He feels cool. He feels fast and fluid. His combos are pretty cool looking. He does this like backflip. I really liked Akiyama. He was definitely a standout in 4. And then they moved to Saejima, which is kind of like Majima's brother.
Okay.
Not really a blood brother, but they are brothers basically.
Good friends.
And he's been in prison for 25 years up to this point. He did like a big hit and murdered some people. This was when I think the game really started to drag, was in that second chapter. Because I like Saijima's story, but playing Saejima, it was not fun for me. And you kind of have to do it at the end as well. He is super slow, and it just didn't feel fun. I don't know. Maybe in 5 it's a little bit better.
What did he fight like?
He was just a brute. He just punches, but he punches really slow.
It's like those big, heavy, slow punches.
Yeah. He had like a charge attack, but that kind of helped like get into the fight. But I did not like playing as him. And then you play as this detective in Kamurocho named Tanamura. He was interesting. He was probably my least favorite of the stories, but he had like a pretty cool like parry mechanic. Instead of a block, like if you tap it at the right time, he'll kind of like move them aside. So if you have a bunch of people around you, the parry felt pretty good.
Kind of like a dodge type thing.
Kind of a dodge. You have to time it, and he kind of like played like Kiryu, pretty much all his combos, but except for the parry. The parry was pretty nice. And then you play as Kiryu in the next section. And then the final like fight you do like a boss fight with each one, which I thought was pretty cool.
Oh,
I didn't like
they all fight each other type thing.
No. They all have like a fight they're doing.
Oh, they all have like their own boss.
There's like this big showdown on top of Millennium Tower, and each one fights somebody, and you like bounce between them. And I thought that was really cool, having them all 4 come together. They kind of interweave their stories, and then they have a big fight.
So did you beat 4 too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize
Beat
you
4.
beat both of them. Yeah, it's a lot of games.
Well, I was really close to 3, so I pretty much beat 3 like the night we did our last show.
Oh, gotcha.
And then I started 4 after that.
So you start 5 next then?
Soon. I want to do that little nightmare special, depending on how long it takes. I might start 5 before the next show.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, I do want to start 5.
You playing anything else?
Yeah, I have one more game. I dipped into Cyber Shadow. The Yacht Club published. I forget the developer's name. He was only one guy, but I know that Yacht Club also helped a little bit with development. Not a lot, but
yeah, I know they're publishing it. Yeah, I can't remember the developer. On Game Pass, right?
It's on Game Pass. It's day and date on Game Pass. That's amazing.
Mechanical Head Studios.
Mechanical Head. Yeah, it's only one guy. So it's basically a Ninja Gaiden like meets like Mega Man. That's probably the best way to describe it, because you can't really crouch at all, kind of like Mega Man. So you kind of have to jump a lot.
Okay.
And it's very combat focused. It's not so much like puzzle focused, like the Messenger. I didn't really care for the Messenger too much, but that one was really mechanical focused, about you moving around and stuff like that. I don't know if any of you played the Messenger.
I did not.
I always wanted to.
Yeah, it's okay. If you like puzzle platformers, 2D, then you'll probably like it, but it just didn't work for me. But Cyber Shadow is a little more combat focused. Super difficult game. The enemies are pretty brutal. The pushback is really brutal. If you don't like a 2D game that pushes you back, like, you're gonna have a hard time.
Sort of like that faster paced type thing, right?
It's very fast paced.
Mega Man involved.
It is very fast paced. Yeah, every screen there are like little checkpoints you have to kind of get to. And I didn't get too far into it, so I didn't get a ton of like the abilities you can get, but I got the little like shuriken that like spins around you. which was pretty fun. Kind of whatever your momentum is, it's gonna kind of go that way. And it's this little like shuriken that's spinning around you, and it'll just hit enemies and stuff. That was pretty fun.
So you into it? Like, are you gonna keep playing it?
No,
Not that much.
I did. I think the first 2 chapters, but I don't know. It just doesn't work for me. And maybe it's just me. I'm not a big Ninja Gaiden fan, like the older Ninja Gaiden games.
Yeah, a lot of people have been. Colin Moriarty's been talking this game up a lot. So
Yeah,
not a lot of people.
I know he loves Mega Man and Ninja Gaiden. So
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. The music's really good. I love the music. The pixel art, awesome. There's like a intro where you kind of see the city explode. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a cool little game. I don't think I'm gonna keep going though.
Nice. It was just on Game Pass though, and you got to just decide that for just for
Instead of paying $20 or something.
Right. Exactly.
Just to say I played it for a couple hours.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's tons of times, like I was just talking about Little Nightmares, how I put that down after 5 minutes. It's like I wish I didn't buy that, even though I only spent like $5 on it, but whatever. Cool. That it? Are you playing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool. We will move on to.
What about you?
It's me.
It is
me.
That's
right. Let's.
So, sorry, dead quick. Breaking news. Not special breaking news, but breaking news. Epic Game Store. I just had like a little bit of a showcase. I think the biggest news coming out of it is that Kingdom Hearts is coming to the PC for the first time.
All right, let's go.
So the whole Kingdom Hearts collection is coming out, and I've just seen the worst part about it is the prices. So Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5 remix is $49.99. Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, Jesus fucking Christ, $59.99. Kingdom Hearts 3 plus Remind, $59.99, and then Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, $59.99. Big deal, big news. I believe it's never been on a PC, has it? So
finally, you fucking PC dorks cannot be such dorky anymore. You know what I'm saying, guys?
Keep playing Kingdom Hearts.
Whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you got into some Kingdom Hearts, maybe you guys will lose your virginity after that. Who knows?
Oh shit!
Talking about.
Also, in other breaking news, Natalie has seen Persona 5 Strikers for the first time, and she wants it.
That was quick. That was
very quick.
Probably the biggest news of the day.
Probably the biggest news of the day.
Probably. All right, cool. Any more breaking news?
I'm having a little.
Oh, I was waiting. What have you been playing?
Keep us updated. I've been playing Kingdom Hearts 2.5 to be specific. Still going for the platinum on that. Chipping away at it. It got much harder than I thought it was. Much longer than I thought it was. You have to complete everything in Jimny's journal. Jimny Cricket, the guy from Pinocchio. It's got a little journal for you. Yeah, and there's a lot in that fucking journal. Let me tell you. I didn't realize how much was there. There's a lot of little like mini games that you got to do a specific thing on and like get a specific score and stuff like that. So yeah, it's got kind of annoying. Probably pushed me back. I thought I'd have it by now, so I don't know when I will get it. I'm definitely slowing down on it. I put it down for a while. I'll come back to it later.
Is there nothing else that you want to play?
Not really. You know what I mean? I kind of just feel like platinum and shit because, why not? Just listen to a podcast, get some trophies. It's kind of what I do. Thought about doing that with Uncharted, maybe. Go back to like the first one, get that. Never did that.
I feel like
it'd be cool.
Me and Natalie platinumed like 1 and 2 and 3. I feel like I don't know. I remember playing them on Crushing, and maybe we didn't get it because there was online trophies. We definitely played 1, 2, and 3 on Crushing. Yeah,
there might be online.
The OG versions, we played them all.
Okay.
We played them
there
all
probably
together.
is. When did multiplayer get introduced in those 2?
3?
Or was it only 3?
I don't. It might be in 2 as well. I'm not sure. I thought it was just 3.
Yeah, maybe you did. I know in the collection now, there's no multiplayer, so there's obviously no multiplayer trophies. But yeah, thought about doing that. Yeah, there's nothing I really want to play right now. Kind of, it's kind of nice though, just to have. Yeah, Hitman. I don't know. Marcia. That.
Play Kentucky Route Zero.
What is that exactly? Have you heard of this game, Sims?
Never heard of it.
Oh, I've never even heard of that. Probably doesn't sound very good. It sounds like some nerd shit. You know what I'm saying? These PC guys probably
shit.
Play Yakuza 0.
Is nobody? Nobody playing that badass werewolf game?
No, that looks fucking awful. Don't
You mean that 360 game?
That PS2 game?
PS2 game. Yeah.
So,
anyways,
are you just struggling to play games? Are you just you got nothing to play?
I'm popping on Kingdom Hearts for like hours. You know what I mean? So like it's not like not playing.
But that's your junk food, isn't it? It's like if I didn't have anything to play, it'd be Avengers. Like I'd play Avengers.
Yeah. I mean, I have a bunch of games I want to go back and platinum. I have a fucking list, so it's like just games I'd like to platinum.
So what's next? So what is on this list? Like, give us a couple of games off this list.
I will pull up the list.
He's got a fucking list, and
I got a list for a lot of things. You know what I mean? I can't remember shit. What's on here? Tony Hawk's obviously on here. Modern Warfare 2 remastered. I have Modern Warfare 1. I'd like to go get 2 at some point.
I played Modern Warfare 2 on Veteran. If I can do it, you can do it.
Oh yeah, I can certainly do it. I mean, I did it with the first one. The first one's harder, so. Concrete Genie. I'd like to platinum at some point. Never got that one.
That's on my short list to play.
Yeah, you should play it.
Concrete Genie.
Yeah.
You played it, haven't you?
I did. Yeah.
Not platted it.
No, my save got corrupted.
I remember this. I thought I imagined it. Play Concrete Genie. Daniel, son.
I have it downloaded.
What else do I have on here? Fallout 3 at some point. I don't know how the hell I would even play that on a PlayStation, but I guess PS Now would be like my only option. Unless I went
Xbox.
If they're not remastered, is that not being re-released on the PS4?
Huh?
Has that not been re-released on the PS4?
No, they really should do that though. I'd fucking love that.
It's not backwards compatible.
Yeah. You can't get a platinum trophy there, Daniel. See the problem? We get trophies on Xbox. Come on, Phil.
Uncle Phil,
we have
man,
achievements.
sort it out.
I already have all the achievements on the Xbox version. You know what I mean? Like, I literally do.
No problem. How many new games you could be playing?
Like what? Hitman? I don't need to play
There's
Hitman.
so many. No, even other games you missed.
What did I miss?
Indie games.
If he says
I really haven't missed that many indie games. See, I feel like on this show, I don't get to talk about indie games enough. I just feel like there hasn't really been that many good indie games in the past couple of years. I know you're gonna say Kentucky Route Zero, but like, what other?
I mean,
than
not just that. There have been other ones.
I just played the Pedestrian. I beat that.
Yeah.
What else did I play? The Pathless. I mean, I play a ton of indie games.
I'm not saying you don't play. I'm just saying there's probably more that you could be playing.
There really isn't new games that interest me though right now. Like Hitman 3 ain't really doing it for me. This is a dead time for sure. Like this is one of the most dead times in a while, I think.
Why don't you try Assassin's Creed again?
Because fuck that. The gameplay sucks. That's why.
I disagree.
I do think I did try it again after we talked about it once. And I tried it for like another couple hours. I just think the combat's trash in those. I mean, I don't mean to be so harsh, but like I do. It is trash. It just like it feels like shit. I don't know. Maybe it gets better when you upgrade it more, but like I just don't understand. Like it feels like a fucking tech demo. I know I talked about this on the show, but like that whole game, it just feels unfinished. I don't know. I don't like Valhalla.
I
was watching Barrett's Assassin's Creed thing though.
I had to turn it off at Valhalla.
Oh, did you? Okay, I watched that whole thing. Yeah, the spoilers for Valhalla are really cool. There's some cool shit in there. I was like, damn.
You have Smash Brothers in here.
Yeah, I played Smash a little bit. I just played with the DLC characters. So I played with what's the guy from Minecraft, Steve.
Steve, yeah.
Yeah, I played with him.
Steve's
that was
interesting.
Yeah, that was cool. That was kind of wacky,
It's
right?
Little the workshop table. You have to like go back to.
Yeah, every once in a while I check in on Smash and just like play with the new characters. So I just played with Sephiroth too. That was cool.
How do you Sephiroth is awesome.
Yeah, one of my favorites now, Sephiroth, honestly. Like I was kicking ass with Sephiroth.
Did you try Min Min?
No, did not try that one.
You didn't?
Wasn't there another one too? I think there was a fourth one
from the new pack. It's just those three.
Oh, it's just those three. Okay.
Yeah, unless you missed
the last one on the last package.
The last one was it Banjo?
Banjo.
No, it was Byleth.
Byleth. Who is that?
From Fire Emblem.
Okay. See, I might have tried that. I must have. I tried all the ones I unlocked except the whatever you were saying, Min Min. When are they adding Captain Toad to this game?
Come on.
Captain Toad.
I want
cool just in general. But
Captain
yeah,
Toad sequel, number one. Captain Toad sequel.
Yeah, for sure.
But I want to know how Sakurai could make Captain Toad not jump in Smash. I want to know how he could do that.
He'd have to because you'd still have to have a way to get on top of the other platforms, right? So I guess he'd build something, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he puts a block down and climbs on top of it, and then climbs on top of that. You'd have to do that really quickly, though.
Or balloons or something. I don't know.
Yeah, balloons could work. Someone has balloons already, don't they?
The villager.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know how they pulled that one off. Captain Toad, great character though. Why isn't he in Spanish?
I know, right? Come on.
Him and Sora. That's what I want. I'll be happy.
Dante. Dante's the one I want. Or
Dante.
Crash.
I can't believe Dante's not in it.
I know. Dante and Crash are the two that I'm give me those two.
Crash especially.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have been playing. Bum, bum, bum.
What's
we
next?
will now.
What's the next big game then for you?
April 30th, man. Returnal and Pokemon Snap. Great day. There's literally something every week for me on those days because it goes the Returnal, Pokemon Snap, then May 7th is Resident Evil. Week after that is Mass Effect. Week after that is Deathloop. Week after that is Biomutant and possibly Far Cry. We still don't know.
Yeah, Far Cry's still hopefully in May. We don't know though.
Still rumored to be May 25th. And then 2 weeks after that now is Ratchet. Back for Blood comes out in June. I'm telling you, everything got delayed 2 fucking months, and it's going to be kind of boring on the show for me because I'm just going to be talking about me platinum games for a while, but so be it.
It's the first time the first half of the year's been a bit quiet in a while, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah.
Normally
Definitely.
there's something.
I mean, usually it starts ramping up now-ish, and then March we get into it, and March and April are usually what May and June are right now.
There's a lot of room for Hitman here. And it's probably did a good job for them.
Great time. They got to be so happy with that release date now. All right, cool. We will now move on to the game.
Yeah.
What is the game, Daniel?
So we're going to go back to our museum. The Museum of Great Games is still a bad name that I couldn't come up with anything else. We only have 3 games in it. We've only done it 3 times. We have Super Mario World was the first inductee. The second one was Tetris. And the third one is Resident Evil 7. Which is still See how weird it is that we got no other Resident Evils in here yet, but 7.
The best one.
That's not the best one.
Mario World, Super Mario World, and then Tetris, Resident Evil 7.
Yeah. So basically how we do this is each person will get time by themselves, no interruptions. They could talk for as long as they want. Not too long. You don't want to ramble too much, but as long as you want. And then there'll be a little section of we get to question them about should their game be on there or in the museum. And after that, then we move on to the next person. And I'm going to add a little rule. When we do the voting, you cannot vote for your own game. I know we probably should do that in the first place, but you cannot vote for your own game.
That's fair.
So, who would like to start?
You would.
I would. Okay. So, my game, we've talked about this game in the show already, is Mass Effect 2. One of the greatest games of all time. Came out 2010 on 360 with a 96 Metacritic score. One of the highest of all time.
It came out early as
No,
well, didn't it?
you're interrupting me.
Oh, sorry.
It did not come out early. It was 2010. It came out 2011 on PS3. It was an exclusive for a little bit until EA bought them. You're interrupting me.
It was January.
It was. Hold on, I could find the exact date. It was January 26th. One of the greatest games of all time. Some of the greatest characters of all time. Garrus. I really like Jack. Grunt is really cool. Thane is awesome. The 2 DLC characters, or one of them I like. Zahid is okay. Some of the most memorable DLC as well. I just want to shout out that real quick. Shadow Broker, Lair of the Shadow Broker. Awesome. One of the best DLCs ever. But who does not like a suicide mission? I mean, Suicide Squad, one of the greatest movies of all time. Suicide missions. I love suicide missions. But what it comes to, for me, is the characters in the loyalty missions. Love the loyalty missions. Especially Garrus's. I think Garrus is just one of the greatest video game characters of all time. I do not have a lot else to say. The music is really good. I really like the startup screen music. I think that track is pretty underrated in music tracks. BioWare, one of the greatest RPG developers, especially Western. I know they've stuttered since then, but Mass Effect 2 is definitely the height for them. Now you guys can question me.
Oh, we question now?
Now you can question. I ain't done.
Okay. That's why I like the questioning at the end, because I feel like I need to compare it to the other games.
No, you got to question it now. Why should this? You got to question why should this game be?
I mean, I agree though. Like Mass Effect 2 is fucking fantastic.
Man, there's nothing bad to say
Mass
about
Effect
it.
2, and like I'm supposed to like question that Mass Effect 2 should be in this game now?
No, scrutinize the game.
I agree. Mass Effect 2, one of the greatest games of all time. It's higher on my favorite games of all time than the game I'm picking. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't really know.
Me.
How the fuck am I supposed to do this? Okay.
You can do it too, Sims. Question. Give me a question.
Yeah, question. Go ahead.
Give me reasons why it shouldn't be.
I mean, there isn't a reason it shouldn't be.
There is, and you guys aren't saying it.
What is it?
I'm not going to question myself.
There isn't any. There's no excuse to this game. Like
there is.
There is not.
You're just not talking.
There's nothing bad about this game.
The last boss fight, kind of meh. I guess. Although I thought it was really cool because that thing looked like a giant Terminator and it had fire coming out of its eyes.
I think it was kind of dynamic with the different. I will throw it back at you because that is the only negative for me is that final boss fight. But it's a little dynamic. There's like little platforms moving into you and stuff, and you're not just fighting the stupid baby fetus thing. But that final mission is just great. The whole suicide mission, selecting people.
It's awesome. Yeah. When random people die and shit, it's fucking cool.
Do you have no more questions for Mass Effect 2?
I mean, it's a sequel, so it took everything it knows from the first game, thus making the first game better. Which is true.
Garrus is a better character in the sequel. Liara is awesome in the sequel.
This is like a fucking cheat for this game picking Mass Effect 2. You can't do that.
I just
sorry.
I don't.
More questions then.
I don't remember. I don't remember I remember it being amazing, but I it's been that long. It's like 10 years. Like I forgot about how. Like this is why I'm so excited to play this trilogy because I forgot. I remember snippets from the suicide mission. I remember being like anxious all the way through the game because I didn't want people to die, and I remember like thinking. I wasn't like I wasn't like how can I put it like put off or worried that should I play the first game because I didn't need to. Like I jumped in, it gave you a little bit of a backstory. Something happened to Shepard. All of a sudden Shepard's back, and now I don't know. I put it on accidentally and played it accidentally and loved it accidentally. Like
all right,
the game's incredible. The game is phenomenal.
Let's move on.
It was
because there's no disagreeing with me, I guess. So let's move on to you, Sims. I don't know what you pick. What you're taking in here?
I don't know what I picked either. If you want the truth, I've been racking my brain all day. I've come to 2 games, but they're always so recent. And I was like, if I can go back to the old days, but there isn't.
It could be a recent game. Pick one. Well, you can wait then.
I will wait. Let Connor have a go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Boys and girls.
There's only one game that deserves to be on this list, and that is the greatest first-person shooter of all time, possibly the greatest story we have ever seen in a video game, and that is Bioshock One, released on August 27th, 2008. August 21st, 2007. Excuse me. Anyways, this game, you already know. You play Bioshock. You've seen the atmosphere. You've seen the setting, Rapture, possibly greatest setting in the game, huh? Can't really argue that. Daniel nodding his head. Sims nodding his head. Can't really argue that. Great characters. You got Andrew Ryan. You got the guy you play as. Who?
Tannenbaum.
What was his name? Tannenbaum. No. What's the artist guy name?
I can't interrupt.
I mean, you already did, so you might as well keep going. Anyways, yeah, great characters, great gameplay. We all love the little powers you get in Bioshock. This game has influenced so many games we see nowadays. You know, you look at things like pretty much any FPS, a lot of RPGs, the story. I mean, go back and look at the other games that were competing in this era. You know what I mean? With just story wise, there really isn't that many that live up to Bioshock. Like, you can compare Bioshock story wise to games nowadays, and it's still up there with them. You know what I mean? What else? Weapons, fantastic in this game. You love the upgrade system. Had the audio logs, one of the first games to do that, I feel like. I know System Shock came before this, and that got inspired from this, but the audio logs, what you see in fucking everything nowadays, go look at Horizon. You guys know what audio logs are, so. What else about this game? I mean, what more is there to say? It came out, was the best game of 2007, which was a crazy year, you know what I mean? Beat Halo 3, which is nuts to say, you know what I mean? Better than Mass Effect 1, better than Modern Warfare, you know what I mean? Super Mario Galaxy left in the dust compared to Bioshock, you know what I mean? One of the greatest years in video game history, and this was the greatest game. Can't really argue against it, you know what I mean? Unless you're a dick and bring in Mass Effect 2 to this argument, you know? Yeah, I don't got too much more to say on it. Love the story, atmosphere, music. I feel like I'm bad at these arguments, but there it is. Bioshock.
So I'm going to throw out the first-person shooting part of it. Not good.
Fantastic. For a horror game setting, though, fantastic.
The shooting doesn't feel good, though. Like, the powers feel pretty good. I played
it like 2 years ago. It still feels great.
No.
It's the gun. You're right with the powers, but it's the guns combined with the powers. You know what I mean? Like, you almost look at the guns as another power.
Yeah, the guns don't feel good, though.
But this isn't like an FPS multiplayer game. It's supposed to be that slow.
It's the greatest shooter of all time. That was your argument. Okay, it is not. There are shooters in the same year that are better at shooting.
I mean, it's better at shooting, sure, but this is a better first-person shooter game. You know what I mean? I mean, this is
my argument. Wouldn't be
a better game overall.
I wouldn't even argue that it's a shooter. If I was my argument for the game, I think that they're shooting in. I would consider it.
I mean, it's an FPS game. Like, I don't. What else am I supposed to say?
A survival game, because it's more about, depending on what difficulty you play, it's more about managing your bullets and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
And then I'm also going to throw out the hack mechanic. I don't like the hack mechanic.
Oh, you don't like the hack mini game? I forgot to even bring that up. That is one of the most fun parts about that game. Oh, I love
hate
it. Everything just for fun. Oh, it's so fun. Disagree entirely. Sims?
I don't like the flying things that made that really fucking annoying noise. I still hear in my head. It's like,
yeah, definitely.
Great game though.
I want to say one more thing I don't like. I don't like the whole picture part of the game. Taking a picture of the splicers and all that kind of stuff, trying to get the perfect picture. I know that's such a very small part of the game. That's not necessary. That probably should have been cut.
There's no such thing as a good taking picture game mechanic in a game.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
Pokemon Snap.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
That's
Yakuza 3. Yakuza 3, you kind of like take a picture of a person, and then it comes into this like quick time event where they're doing something crazy. Pretty fun. But I agree, though. No picture stuff. Usually good.
Picture part's very fun. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
It's not. It's not. That's all my questions. Sims, do you have any other questions?
No.
Okay.
There's nothing better than your
game. Also has a 96 on Metacritic.
So it's your turn. What?
This game also has a 96 on Metacritic.
Nice.
Also has a bad last boss fight.
That's true. That's true. Honestly, I probably like Mass Effect 2's better. But
26 on Metacritic.
What is?
Bioshock.
The game Sims.
Yeah, 96. Bioshock. Yeah. So what's your game, Sims? You got to pick one of those two.
I'm gonna say Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Like my favorite Grand Theft Auto. Surely because of the time, all my friends were talking about it. It was in like every single magazine. The game came out. It seemed to be the biggest game ever made. Like it was massive. Like the fact that you could go, like the game was divided into 3 parts, which were in 3 different areas, and you had the big mountain that was you'd never seen that. You've never climbed a mountain before in a game, if that makes sense. Like you've been at the top of Mount Chiliad, like was incredible. And obviously the acting cast, Samuel L. Jackson, I don't know the rest of them, but like having Sam, my man Sam, right? Me and Sam are close. I can call him Sam. Sam watches every week. Samuel.
I not call him Sam?
No, you don't know Sam like me. He'd be really angry. Don't call him Sam. Sorry, Sam. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, Sam.
No, because now he's angry again. He's not even watching. I don't know. I just, for me, this game, like, this game will always to me be the greatest game of all time. Even though, like, 10, 15 years has passed now. Like, at the time, this game was the greatest game of all time. Like, there was, things that you could never do in a game, like build yourself or being all muscly. The things that some people, even to this, like, I only found out recently, people didn't like that. People didn't like tapping in the gym, like getting buff or getting fat, or they thought that was too much. And then the story and like how big the game just seemed to be. Like I went back to this game a couple of years ago. I say a couple of years ago, about 7 years ago on the Xbox 360. Wow, it was a long time ago. On the Xbox 360, and the fact that I could just put in the cheat and like muscle memory it. Like I didn't remember it. My fingers just did it. It's like L1 R2, L1 R2, up down left right, up down left, up left down right up, something like that. And then all of a sudden I had a jetpack.
So the guy that can't remember shit, but he remembers that.
Yeah, but if I had a controller in my hand, I'd smash it. So shoot your mouth. I haven't got much of an argument for it, but Mass Effect 2 and Bioshock, incredible games. But for this game to come out of PS2, to have the world was like massive, and the game was doing things that no other game had even thought about doing. Like they just like took Vice City, and then especially at the time it was like all the hip hop and the R&B and the rap and all that, everything that was inside it. It just spoke to that generation. Like even I was a kid at the time. I was in year 6, so like I'd have been like 10, and like I shouldn't have had this game. Like, but like I had it day one. Like my main man, like my friend Taha was like absolutely buzzing. Like we just play it, and I'd get stuck on that damn mission with Big Smoke, and then my mate Taha would just come up, like, listen, why can't you do it? And I'd be like, I don't know. Wait there. I'm gonna ask Mum if you can come in. Do you know what I mean? Like. When, like, it just, I've got so many. Taha Belghazmi, man. Big shout out to Taha Belghazmi. Just moved away. Watching. Never seen him again. I got 2 things for Taha, right? He made me, like, really excited for GTA. And he got me into RuneScape. Mm-hmm. Right? Big shout out, Taha.
Taha, you lost me. Gotta be honest. You lost me at the RuneScape, bud.
The Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, like, what can I say? Like, I recently found out that people don't regard it as the best one. I disagree. Love it. Can't fault it in any way. Go on then, roast me.
You just said it. It's not even the best GTA. It's like maybe the 4th best. Maybe. And I mean, GTA 5 is already a better version of GTA San Andreas.
Let's not put this generation into it. Like,
why not?
Before, like, out of 3, Vice City and San Andreas, because obviously the newer games are better than that one. I don't know, like,
Vice City's better.
Do you agree, Daniel-san?
I like the vibe of Vice City a lot. I like the neon Miami, because my biggest complaint is just the art direction of that game. It just, in my head, it's very brown and tan.
Yeah, very brown.
And Vice City, Vice City has a vibe and an art direction to it.
Of course.
I
I would say more memorable as well. Vice City more memorable. I remember the DJ guy.
Yeah, it is. In your opinion, San Andreas too bloated? Is it too big? Just kind of just big for big.
At the time, it was impressive. Right now, too big for big. Like
just bloated.
Yeah.
It should just not have been big.
But at the time, it was the most impressive thing in the world.
Sure. I'm just asking. Does it feel bloated to you?
No.
As a game.
No.
Okay.
But I can see where people say thinking like Vice City. Like I remember Vice City more. I remember Lance. I remember the mission where you team up with Lance to take over, and you get the big mansion. Somehow, like I don't know how you ended up with that mansion. You own that mansion. You just went in and shot some guy. I don't know if that's how houses work in Miami. Like you shoot someone,
yeah,
and then you get the house. Like I mean,
pretty much America in general.
No, fair enough.
He just falls down to you.
I enjoy it. I enjoyed San Andreas. What it was for me, it was the hype that led up to the game, and then getting the case. And I've still got a case. I bought a copy recently, and it still had the map like folded in the right way, and like it had that hefty weight to it because the instruction booklet was it, and the map, and then every kid had the map on the wall, and like you said, it was brown and tan, but like I remember Big Smoke and the other guy, I forgot his name now.
Characters.
Who?
I just said they had
and then
characters.
being on like Grove Street. Do you know what I mean? Like I remember hearing all that. I don't know. I'd love to play that game, or just just remake that game. Like if San Andreas, the new Grand Theft Auto is going to be not out for a couple more years, then remake, redo, put a new skin on Vice City and San Andreas. Like release them as a double pack. Like it'd be incredible to see Vice City with a bit like just a little bit of like shine to it. It'd be lovely, man.
They're not. Rockstar's not going to do that. They're just going to keep going. I have no more questions.
All three games, fantastic. I'd say very hard choices.
I mean, this is a museum. Best of the best. So we're going to vote.
I'll start. I will vote. Well, you can't vote for your own.
Yeah, vote for your own.
That. So I will vote for Mass Effect 2.
I'll go next. I'm going to vote for Bioshock. Sims. Your vote.
I have good stories of both games. I think Bioshock I played because my friend couldn't play it, or she just said, "Oh, play it," and I did. And late as well. I played it very late. Bioshock. I remember them saying, "Oh, you should play Bioshock." I was like, "I did once. I didn't really like it." And then as I grew up a bit more, got more into games, understood what they were about. Bioshock. I remember playing Bioshock 1 and then Bioshock 2. I might even play Bioshock 2 before Bioshock 1. I'm pretty sure I didn't. But Mass Effect 2, like, I don't know what it is. Like, honestly, it was... When I say I accidentally played it, I genuinely accidentally played it. Like, I got it, and I just put it in.
I put it in the 360.
Honestly, it was...
Halo, it said Halo 3, and he took it out. It said Mass Effect 2, and he put it in.
Halo.
I just played it for something to do, and I remember, like, playing it, and I used to work in the mornings. I probably told this story before. Like, I used to work cleaning in the morning, so I get up about 5 o'clock in the morning, go to work for about near enough 6, be back for about 7:30, and I, a quick bowl of cereal. I'd have my blanket on. I play Mass Effect all day until I went to sleep. Like, the game was incredible. Did all the side quests, being so nervous, like looking up guides to try and keep everyone alive. And then, like, in the suicide mission, when you see, is it Jack? And just seeing her get shot. She got shot or fell off the thing. One of them did. Or is it... Because you had a choice, didn't you? Jack and...
No, she gets shot through. If you don't do her thing right, she gets shot. She's, like, sitting in her area and gets shot through.
Yeah, isn't she, like, at the bottom of the ship for some reason, and it just explodes? Yeah.
There was an argument, though, between Jack and the woman with the bomb.
No, that's all dependent on you, though.
Yeah,
there is no
that moment that it decides on something, doesn't it? Like you have to.
Everything is on you. You pick who does what, and if it's not right, then it's
but of course, But there was like events leading up to it, even towards the last bit. If you didn't get that, if you didn't get that bit right, one of them was going to die. Anyway, I fucked it up, and this time, listen, May, when it comes around, right? May, when I do Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2, yeah, everybody is surviving.
So is that what you're voting for?
It's got to be Mass Effect 2. I honestly, like, all day, like, I've listened to about 6 podcasts, and everyone's just talking about Mass Effect, and I've just got these tingles and these chills to play Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 all together. Like, fuck Deathloop, fuck Resident Evil, fucking 8 at the moment. Like, I'm just so excited.
Yeah.
I know, but like all of a sudden, just got this like
replaying a game you've already.
I'm saying, like, let's all do that.
No.
Why won't you? There we go. Like,
so, Mass Effect 2 into the Museum of Great Games. Yay! Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, we should have put 3.
I should have picked.
I enjoyed 3 though.
Or Andromeda. 3's great.
I didn't even try number 3. Do you like? Right, everyone talks about this thing. Do you drive something in Mass Effect 2?
Yeah, the Mako.
What is the Mako? Why don't I remember the Mako?
It's a very shitty control because you didn't play Mass Effect 1.
Oh, so you don't drive the Mako in number 2?
No.
Oh right, okay. That might make sense. But like in Andromeda, like I hated that car. Hated it. Like when I got in that car, the game completely lost me.
I think the Mako's fun because you can like jump with it up and down. I don't know. It's weird.
Why don't I like the Mako then? Like, is that it? Anyway,
because there's a shit ton of random planets in Mass Effect 1 that you can just drive around on and like find little random things. So like you're driving that Mako a lot.
So did number two replace it with that little? Remember that like you go over the planets and you
shoot the little things in? Yeah,
I used to do that for fucking hours.
Yeah, I don't mind.
You just try to detect the little thing. You wait for your controller to vibrate. It's great.
Fucking love
you had to mind. You need to get those materials.
So good.
You gotta get them.
So good.
Anyways, Mass Effect 2 is now in our museum. Once we open up the actual museum, we will put a copy of Mass Effect 2 on display.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Maybe we'll get like a Shepard statue or some shit there. I don't know. I mean, once we got the money for it, guys, who knows? You know, get a lot of things going. Anyways, that was the Nerdic Gods Podcast, episode 53. Thank you so much for watching. You can still find us now on audio platforms. Remember that. We're on Spotify, Apple,
subscribe
Google,
on YouTube,
other things. Yes, subscribe on YouTube as well. Please leave us nice comments, some nice reviews.
Please.
That thumbs up button.
I have a soft heart.
Daniel, man. Yeah, every time he sees a dislike, his heart just breaks into one little tiny piece.
You put us in the minefield that was Stadia's Reddit. Like, what is wrong with you?
It's a good point. Good point.
Not me.
Stadia dies. Anyways, you guys want to say anything before you leave?
Love each other. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Stay hydrated.
Mass Effect 2.
Mass Effect 2. All right.